Hello everyone. So today we'll be taking up the daily quiz for the date 26th March 2024. So the first question of the day is regarding one of the most important article from today's newspaper. So that is understanding what the right to equality promises. So this article talks about your CAA, that Citizenship Amendment Act, and how does it impact the constitutional values, like in terms of your equality, in terms of secularism, etc. So one of the best article of today's newspaper. So based on that, we'll be taking up the question. So which of the following provisions in Indian Constitution are right? Statement 1, that is Article 14 deals with right, that is equality before law. So what do you think? Is Article 14 a part of equality before law? And again guys, your fundamental right is extremely important from UPSC point of view. Every year if you see, there are so many questions from fundamental right chapter itself. So it's very important. So what is Article 14? Equality before law. Is it a right statement? Yes, this is a right statement. So factual, but you have to know it. All the fundamental rights, you have to know it. So what about statement 2? The word secularism is a part of the basic structure which is mentioned in the original constitution. Is it true? The word secularism is a part of basic structure which is mentioned in the original constitution. Where do you see the word secularism? Which part of the constitution do you see the word secularism? It's a part of your preamble. So the word secularism is a part of your preamble. And is it a basic structure? Firstly, is it a basic structure? So the question says that word secularism is a part of basic structure. Is it a part of basic structure? Yes. Is it a part? Yes, it is a part of your basic structure. Who has told it's a part of your basic structure? So again, Honorable Supreme Court in Keshwananda Bharati case highlighted that secularism is a part of the basic structure of Indian Constitution. And again in Bommai case, so it elaborated what is secularism. As per the Constitution, as per the Supreme Court, secularism means equal treatment to all religion. That is equal treatment to all religion. That is your secularism, and it was elaborated in the Bommai's judgment. So this is a part of your basic structure. But was it mentioned in the original constitution? Was the word secularism mentioned in the original constitution? No, the word secularism was not there in the original constitution. There was a big debate between in the Constituent Assembly regarding whether we should include the word secularism or not. But however, it was not included in the original constitution. But however, in the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, it was introduced. That is, the word secularism was introduced. So this statement is wrong. It is not originally mentioned in the constitution. So statement 2 is wrong. So what about statement 3? So statement 3, Article 16 deals with prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Is it true? Does Article 16 deal with this, or it's a part of your Article 15? So this is Article 15, not Article 16. Again here, this statement is wrong. So the answer is A. A is the answer. So but however, if you see what is Article 15, so whatever we saw here, this is Article 15, not Article 16. So then what is Article 16? Article 16 is equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment, that is reservation. All these things will come under Article 16. Again, Article 15 is clear that there shall not be any discrimination, that is, the state should not indulge in any kind of discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. So this is your basics about your fundamental rights. And again, you should have a very good idea about the fundamental rights and into various categories. That is, right to equality is from Article 14 to 18. All these things you have to be very thorough. Is it clear? Fine. So we'll go to the next topic. So that's the next question, and the next question is based on this topic. So again, this was there in today's newspaper, and we know that there's a massive water crisis in almost most part of South India. So again, if you see, this article dealt with the dams in South India. So what are the issues that is faced in the dams and how it is causing water crisis, etc. So based on that, we'll be taking up the question. So consider which of the following factor contributes to water crisis in India. So which of the following factor contributes to water crisis in India? Statement 1, uneven distribution of rainfall across different regions. Is it the reason? Uneven distribution. This is one of the most important reason why there is water crisis. So the water crisis is very common in the present times in South India, not in the North India. So but however, if you see even in South India, so there are few regions which doesn't receive a lot of water, say be it your North Karnataka, or say your Telangana plateau, the northern Telangana plateau, Vidarbha region, etc. These regions, they don't receive adequate rainfall. As a reason, the water crisis is very common in these regions. So statement 1 is absolutely right. That is uneven distribution of rainfall across different regions. Say for example, the region which has high rainfall, say your Western Ghats, etc. There you will not see adequate, you will not see water crisis. But whereas in the region which you don't get adequate rainfall, say be it your Vidarbha region, Marathwada region, northern Telangana plateau, etc. These regions, they do not get adequate rainfall, so the water crisis frequency is very high. So statement 1 is absolutely right. So what about statement 2? Statement 2 says that inefficient water management practices leads to wastage of water. So this statement, is it right? This entire article deals with this statement, that is inefficient water management practices leads to the wastage of water. So what are the inefficient water management practices? That is your flood irrigation, or say excessive usage of water, the industries which do not recycle those water, those are inefficient water management practices that will lead to wastage of water. Again, this statement is absolutely right. So third statement is building more dams is the only way to ensure adequate water storage for irrigation and drinking water purpose. Do you think is building only dams the only way to for water conservation? No, as per the article, or say in general, there are multiple ways of conserving water, not just dam. Dam is one way of conserving water. What are the other ways of conserving water? Say the other ways of conservation of water is your rainwater harvesting system in your rooftop, or say micro irrigation in agricultural sector, STP sewage treatment plant in your apartment complex, etc. So these are your various other water conservation mechanism. So this statement is absolutely wrong. Why it is absolutely wrong? The statement tells it dam is the only way. No, it's not the only way. It is one of the way, not the only way. So this statement is wrong. So statement 1 and statement 2 are right. So the answer is B. So next question. So the next question was based on today's headlines, and we know that there's a massive crisis between Israel and Palestine, and UNSC calls for a ceasefire. So since this is a holy month of Ramzan, so in this month, UNSC calls for a ceasefire. So based on this article, we will be taking up a question. So which of the following statement is or correct regarding the UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council? Statement 1, UNSC has 15 members with veto power. Is it true? So is the statement true? UNSC has 15 members with veto power. The statement, half of it is true, but veto power, all the 15 members do not have veto power. Then who have veto power? So UNSC has 15 members, 5 members are permanent members, 10 members are your temporary members. So these 5 members, they have veto power, not the 10 non-permanent members. Non-permanent members are not, they do not have veto power, only the permanent member have veto power. So the statement, is it right, wrong? What do you think? So the statement is wrong. So why it is wrong? It says that all 15 members have veto power. No, it's only the 5 members, 5 permanent members, they have the veto power. So statement 1 is wrong. So what about statement 2? Non-permanent members of UNSC are elected by the General Assembly. General Assembly is UNGA for 2-year term. Is it true? Yes, this statement is true. The non-permanent members are elected by the UNGA for 2-year term. If you consider here, so these are the permanent members, that is your China, France, Russia, UK and US. So these are your permanent members, and these are your non-permanent members. You need not memorize the non-permanent member from UPSC perspective, but however, all the P5, that is the permanent 5 members, you have to memorize it from UPSC perspective. So this non-permanent members, they get elected for a 2-year term, and who elects them? It is a UNGA, they elect them. So again, this statement is right. Second statement is right. What about third statement? UNSC has the authority to impose sanctions and authorize military actions to maintain peace. Is it true? Does UNSC have so much power? Yes, they do have a lot of power. UNSC has a lot of power to impose sanctions, or say even for that matter military actions can also be taken. So we had this US war against Afghanistan, right? How could US enter into Afghanistan? So for the UNSC had sanctioned that. So since UNSC had sanctioned that, US could enter into Afghanistan to indulge a war against Taliban in 2000 post 2001. So again, statement 3 is right. UNSC is one of the powerful agency, powerful entity which can authorize sanctions as well as even even authorize the military actions as well. So statement 3 is absolutely right. So both the statements are right. So the answer has to be B. So B is the answer. Fine. Okay. So we'll go to the next question. So the next question is regarding a news that was in the Hindu newspaper, and we know that Bangalore is facing a lot of water crisis, and now the government has allowed to sell 50% of the treated water from STP. So what is STP? Sewage treatment plant. So based on this, we'll take up a one question. So which of the following statement is or correct regarding the wastewater recycling? So wastewater recycling, what does your STP do? Sewage treatment plant, it recycles the wastewater. So based on that, we'll be taking up a question. So statement 1. So grey water recycling involves treating of wastewater from shower and laundry for reuse. So by the way, what is grey water? What do you think is grey water? The water that is grey in color. Or say what is black water? So what is grey water, black water? So first understand. So these are the types of wastewater. Say your grey water and black water, these are the types of your wastewater. So your clean water, the potable water, the clean, that is called as your clean water. And then what is grey water? So grey water is one of the type of wastewater which comes from your kitchen sink, or say your shower, bath, laundry, etc. So that is your grey water. It doesn't contain harmful elements or say harmful organisms in it. So that is your grey water. Then what is your black water? So black water are quite harmful. So this water is found in your toilet. So the water that we use it in toilet for toilet purpose, or say for it has very harmful chemicals. So that is your black water. So these are the types of wastewater. Either the wastewater can be your grey water or your black water. Black water is highly harmful. Grey water is slightly lesser harmful. So that's your basics regarding the types of wastewater. So now come back to here question. Grey water recycling involves treating of wastewater from showers and laundry for reuse. Yes, that's what is grey water. Again, grey water means the water that comes from your shower, laundry, kitchen sink, etc. That's your grey water. So this statement is absolutely right. So what is black water? Black water, the very harmful water that comes that is used in your toilet, etc. So that is your black water. So black water recycling is primarily used for drinking water purpose after extensive treatment. Is it true? The water that we get, the treated water from the black water, do we primarily use it for drinking water purpose? What is black water? So black water is the water that comes in your toilet. So that is your black water. So if we treat that water, and is that water, the treated water, is it used in your drinking water purpose? No, we usually do not use it. So primarily, the statement says that primarily used. No, we usually do not use it. What's the reason why we do not use it? The black water, that is quite harmful water. Even after treatment, there are very high chances that some organisms or some microorganisms would still remain in those black water. So as a reason, it is usually considered as not fit for drinking. So that black water which is treated, or say which is recycled, is used for your garden purpose, or say washing etc. So but usually we do not use it for drinking purpose. So this statement is wrong. That is, statement 2 is wrong. Black water recycling is primarily used for drinking water. It's not primarily used for drinking water. It's primarily used for say gardening, washing, etc. So this statement is wrong. What about statement 3? Recycling helps conserve fresh water resource and reduce water pollution. Yes, this is a very obvious statement. Recycling helps in conserving fresh water and reduce the water pollution. This statement is right. So statement 1 and statement 3 are right. So the answer has to be C. Is it clear? Fine. So we'll go to the PYQ. So again, as I told you earlier, your fundamental right topic is extremely important. So this is one classic case, or say this question was taken from your PYQ 2017. So which of the following are are envisaged by the rights against, yeah, so which of the following are envisaged by the rights against exploitation in the Constitution of India? And we know that the fundamental rights are categorized into various rights, categorized broadly into various rights. Those are, say, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion. These are the broad classification. Even between Lakshmikant or wherever, this is how we broadly classify the fundamental rights. And again here, if you see here, which of the following are envisaged by the right against exploitation in the Indian Constitution? So prohibition of traffic in the human beings and forced labor. So is it a part of your right against exploitation? What do you think? Yes, it is a part of your right against exploitation. So statement 1 is right. So statement 2, that is abolition of untouchability. Abolition of untouchability, is it a part of your right against exploitation, or is it a part of your right to equality? What do you think? So abolition of untouchability. So abolition of untouchability is a part of your right to equality, not right against exploitation. So again here, so this statement is wrong. Statement 2 is wrong. So protection of the interest of minorities. Protection of interest of the minorities, is it a part of your right against exploitation, or protection to the religious minority? Protection to the religious minority, that is cultural and educational rights for the religious, or say minority groups. So this is also not the answer. That is protection of interest of minority. This is also not the answer. So this is wrong. So what about statement 4? Prohibition of employment of children in factories and mines. So this is child labor. So this is right. So statement 1 and statement 4 are right. So the answer is C. So again here, this table, you have to memorize it. That is your right against exploitation, that is prohibition of human trafficking, and say children in the hazardous occupation, that is prohibiting children in hazardous occupation. So the answer has to be C is the answer. Fine. Okay, so now we'll take up the fact of the day. So the fact of the day is regarding bioremediation. So what is bioremediation? And we all know that, so there's a concept of pollution, that is your soil pollution, water pollution, etc. And the pollution can occur due to organic elements, say biodegradable elements, organic elements. Organic elements can also cause pollution, soil pollution and water pollution. So how do we treat this organic pollution in water or say in soil? That treating, one of the method of treating this organic pollution in soil or water is your bioremediation. Is it clear? So what is actually bioremediation? So bioremediation is a mechanism where we use microorganisms in order to decompose the organic material or say organic pollutants in the water or soil, so that we can reduce the concentration of the organic pollutants in the water and soil, thereby lowering the pollution. I'll again repeat it. Simple concept. Bioremediation means it is a technique of using microorganism that will break down the organic pollutants in water and soil, so that the proportion of organic pollutants in water and soil will gradually come down, so making the water less polluted, or say making the soil less polluted. It is a way of treating the soil pollution or water pollution. So this is your bioremediation, that is by using microorganisms we try to degrade the organic contaminants, organic pollutants in the water, in the soil or water. So that is your it need not be groundwater, it can be any water. So that is your bioremediation. So again, how that is microorganism uses contaminants as food, that is organic contaminants are a food for microorganisms. These microorganisms degrade or say decompose this organic contaminant, thereby lowering the concentration of this organic contaminant in the water or say soil. So as a reason, the pollution will gradually come down. So this is the basic concept of your that is bioremediation. One of the classic example of bioremediation is oil zapper. So what is oil zapper? Oil zapper uses oil zapping bacteria. We know that oil spills are very common. So oil spills are very common. So one of the example of bioremediation is oil zapper, which uses oil zapping bacteria. When this oil zapping bacteria, when it is spread over this oil spill, this oil zapping bacteria will decompose the oil spill and thereby lowering the water pollution. This was one of the example of oil zapper. So bioremediation. So understood the concept of bioremediation? Any doubt here? So simple word, bioremediation means using microorganism to decompose the organic contaminants so that the pollution in water and soil comes down. So that is your fact of the day. So thank you guys.